Hello everyone, this is General Hand Grenade. Welcome to my war room in Prince George, British Columbia. Today's video is going to be really quick. I'm just going to show you a new product that we developed at historicalboardgaming.com, and I think it's pretty cool. Hopefully you do too. So what you're looking at here, all these plates here, they're called build plates, and you'll find them on the website. I'll show you in a minute where they are. But anyway, what they are is, you remember how we used to use, or we do use, these coasters, right? These things came in handy. I've never put a drink on one of them. What I did was I put my money on them and put them on the table so I knew, okay, that's the Ottomans' money or that's the French guy's money, you know what I mean? And then, of course, when you buy units, then you stick them on those things ahead of time, and then you know, okay, this is what these guys are purchasing and this is what those guys are purchasing. You could plan things out, right? Anyway, that's what these plates are for. And you might notice here, let me just show you something real quick here. Like, you look at the Ottoman one here, you look how it's a different color, right? Well, what they are is they're faded. What we found was that when, you know, like with the old task force markers, you put a bunch of stuff on them and you can't really see your units on them because typically they're in the same color. Not always, but yeah, probably the same color as your units are. And so what we did was we faded them on purpose so that you could see the units much better when you put them down onto these build plates. And this is a World War I set because we have the Global War 1914 coming out soon. And so I wanted to show you those ones, and that's the set that I have. But we have them for every era, going back to the Civil War. And I think there might even be some Napoleonic ones, like the Denmark one that you can get. I think that goes back to 12 something, you know, like the 13th century, right? So anyway, I'll show you that in a minute though, but let me just show you how they work. So let's say Germany. Let's take Germany for instance here. Let's move this and we'll put this down. Here, let's go like that. Okay, there we go. So Germany has 43 IPP, and you're sitting there like that's sitting on the side of your table, wherever you put your Germany stuff down. And then, okay, I'm going to spend my 43 bucks. Let me see. You know what? I'm going to lend lease to the Austro-Hungarians an artillery, and to the Ottoman Empire, I'll give them an artillery as well. Those are $5 each, so that's 10 bucks. Let's give China some supplies as well. Now, when you lend lease to China, these guys would be lend leasing to the warlords. What you do is you lend lease a supply marker, and then you can replace that supply marker with an upgrade, like a militia becomes an infantry, and infantry can become a mountain infantry, and so on. This isn't a rules video, but anyway, so that costs $2, 12. And let's go with a camel. That's 16, and let's see. We'll do a colonial infantry. That's 18. We'll go with a Jaeger. That's 23. And a trench fighter, that's 25, and 3 dudes, that's 34, and let's get ourselves an artillery, that's 38, and let's go with 2 diplomatic rolls as well. So let's just put 2 dice on there. Those are going to be our diplomatic rolls. Those are $2 each. And then of course we have, oops, here, let me just move that back. We have 3 technology rolls. So you can see how much room there is on one of these things, right? Way more room than we had, like say the coaster, right? You'd never be able to put all that stuff down on the coaster, right? But you can put them on these build plates. Fit them on there just nicely, right? So that's a cool new idea. I can't remember who came up with that idea. It could have been Doug, could have been somebody else, but anyway, I really like the idea. You might have seen a video I had earlier this year where I had a big one, an elaborate one, and that works really well, but you can't fit 10 of those on the table, right? Whereas these things you can fit on the table. and I think that they work pretty well, right? So let me just show you on the website where you'll find those. Let's just move this over to the laptop. Okay, so let's go like that, get that glare out of there. So if you go over here to build plates, and like I'll just click on them, but you can see that they're in every era, right? And we've taken the guesswork out of them for you because these are flags. They're flags from each country. So like if you clicked on, say, Britain here, and you can see they look faded, right? But there's the one here that I've got. There's this other one over here. I think this is a naval one. Yeah, so that's UK, Australia, Canada, naval. So you'll find these under Australia and Canada as well as the UK. And it tells you the eras that they're for. So this is 1911 to 1967. That means that this will also be in the interwar period, and it'll be in World War II, and you'll find it in the Cold War. So we've taken the guesswork out of where it'd be appropriate to use these flags in your game. You'd be able to use this for 4 different eras of global war games when those other games come out, right? So anyway, and you can see how there's a watermark on them. Obviously that watermark isn't going to be there when you buy these things. We just put that on there so that people don't just scan them and put their own on. So anyway, you'll find that like you can go to World War II and whatever, and we've organized them by era and by nation. So like the Russian one, there's a couple of different ones for this era, right? That you can use, and so that's pretty cool. Now some of the other things that we've done on here is we've organized things a lot better. Like, where are we here? 3D printed section here. So we've organized this section a lot better too. Like, we went through every 3D printed unit we have, and that's like at least 600, maybe more units, and we've put those into the categories that they belong in as well. So like America's got tons of units in here, so they've got all the different places that they can go into. It's not like one just big free-for-all anymore, and you can go to aircraft if you want and view all, and then you can see all of the American aircraft in there that was used in this era, and this is World War II, right? But like, if some of these things will also be in like if you were to go to the next era there, Cold War, so some of those things will also appear in this era. So again, taking the guesswork out of it for you, we did the research to find out where these things should be. So some of these, like this Corsair, was in World War II. I think this one was in World War II. Some of these were, some of them weren't. Like they're starting to get a little bit more modern, right? And some of the helicopters appeared during the Cold War, because that was a really long period, right? What was that, a 50-year period or something like that? And then you've got the modern era, which is beyond the like past 1989 when the Cold War ended. So things that are still being used probably, right? Anyway, so the website's a lot better organized, and also things are reclassified so that you can find the right unit for the right era. And some of these will also appear in the other nations. Like if there was a nation that only had 10 of those kind of planes, we probably didn't add them, like Tanzania has 10 of these kind of planes or whatever. We probably didn't put it in Tanzania. But if somebody used them quite extensively, then we would put that into theirs as well, right? Not just into the US section, but into that country section as well. So anyway, check that out. But anyway, these build plates, love these build plates. And like I said, I showed you their flags, and they're from all kinds of different eras. So whatever game you're playing, you're going to be able to find them for that era. Like this China here, that's from World War I, and the 5 colors on there represent the 5 different distinct ethnic peoples of China, right? That's why their flag was that color. And of course it went to the KMT flag after that, and then the communist flag after that. And you'll see that in the sections as you go along, from World War I to the interwar to World War II to Cold War and modern, right? There's different Chinese build plates for that. Anyway, we're at the 10-minute mark here, so I'm going to close this video off. Next video I'm going to do is something that many people have been requesting. They want to know what the needed units are for the Global War 1914 game because they'd like to start building the game. I've put out a thing for the ships, but I haven't done it for all of the units, and so I'll do that. I'm not sure, like I'm definitely going to try to get it done by the end of this week, but I'm busy with lots of stuff right now, so I can't tell you exactly which day that's going to happen, but it is going to happen soon on my next video. So take care, everyone. General Hand Grenade out.